Numbers Chapter 1. The census. The Lord spoke to Moses in the tent of meeting in the desert of Sinai on the first day of the 2nd month of the 2nd year after the Israelites came out of Egypt. He said,
Numbers Chapter 2. The arrangement of the tribal camps. The Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "The Israelites are to camp around the tent of meeting some distance from it, each man under his standard with the banners of his family."
Numbers Chapter 3. The Levites. This is the account of the family of Aaron and Moses at the time the Lord talked with Moses on Mount Sinai.
Numbers Chapter 4. The Cohesites. The Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "Take a census of the Cohesite branch of the Levites by their clans and families."
Numbers Chapter 5. The purity of the camp. The Lord said to Moses, "Command the Israelites to send away from the camp anyone who has an infectious skin disease, or a discharge of any kind, or who is ceremonially unclean because of a dead body."
Numbers Chapter 6. The Nazirite. The Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the Israelites and say to them, if a man or woman wants to make a special vow, a vow of separation to the Lord as a Nazirite."
Numbers Chapter 7. Offerings at the dedication of the tabernacle. When Moses finished setting up the tabernacle, he anointed it and consecrated it and all its furnishings. He also anointed and consecrated the altar and all its utensils.
Numbers Chapter 8. Setting up the lamps. The Lord said to Moses, "Speak to Aaron and say to him, when you set up the 7 lamps, they are to light the area in front of the lampstand."
Numbers Chapter 9. The Passover. The Lord spoke to Moses in the desert of Sinai in the 1st month of the 2nd year after they came out of Egypt. He said,
Numbers Chapter 10. The silver trumpets. The Lord said to Moses, "Make 2 trumpets of hammered silver, and use them for calling the community together and for having the camp set out."
Numbers chapter 11. Fire from the Lord. Now the people complained about their hardships in the hearing of the Lord. And when he heard them, his anger was aroused. Then fire from the Lord burned among them and consumed some of the outskirts of the camp.
Numbers chapter 12. Miriam and Aaron oppose Moses. Miriam and Aaron began to talk against Moses because of his Cushite wife, for he had married a Cushite.
Numbers chapter 13. Exploring Canaan. The Lord said to Moses, "Send some men to explore the land of Canaan, which I am giving to the Israelites. From each ancestral tribe, send one of its leaders."
Numbers chapter 14. The people rebel. That night, all the people of the community raised their voices and wept aloud.
Numbers chapter 15. Supplementary offerings. The Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the Israelites and say to them, after you enter the land I am giving you as a home."
Numbers chapter 16. Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. Korah, son of Izhar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and certain Reubenites, Dathan and Abiram, sons of Eliab, and On, son of Peleth, became insolent.
Numbers chapter 17. The budding of Aaron's staff. The Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the Israelites and get 12 staffs from them, one from the leader of each of their ancestral tribes. Write the name of each man on his staff."
Numbers chapter 18. Duties of priests and Levites. The Lord said to Aaron, "You, your sons, and your father's family are to bear the responsibility for offenses against the sanctuary, and you and your sons alone are to bear the responsibility for offenses against the priesthood."
Numbers chapter 19. The water of cleansing. The Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "This is a requirement of the law that the Lord has commanded. Tell the Israelites to bring you a red heifer without defect or blemish, and that has never been under a yoke."
Numbers chapter 20. Water from the rock. In the first month, the whole Israelite community arrived at the desert of Zin, and they stayed at Kadesh. There, Miriam died and was buried.
Numbers chapter 21. Arad destroyed. When the Canaanite king of Arad, who lived in the Negev, heard that Israel was coming along the road to Atharim, he attacked the Israelites and captured some of them.
Numbers chapter 22. Balak summons Balaam. Then the Israelites traveled to the plains of Moab and camped along the Jordan across from Jericho.
Numbers chapter 23. Balaam's first oracle. Balaam said, "Build me 7 altars here, and prepare 7 bulls and 7 rams for me."
Numbers chapter 24. Now when Balaam saw that it pleased the Lord to bless Israel, he did not resort to sorcery as at other times, but turned his face toward the desert.
Numbers chapter 25. Moab seduces Israel. While Israel was staying in Shittim, the men began to indulge in sexual immorality with Moabite women.
Numbers chapter 26. The second census. After the plague, the Lord said to Moses and Eleazar, son of Aaron the priest, "Take a census of the whole Israelite community by families, all those 20 years old or more who are able to serve in the army of Israel."
Numbers chapter 27. Zelophehad's daughters. The daughters of Zelophehad, son of Hepher, the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, belonged to the clans of Manasseh, son of Joseph. The names of the daughters were Mahlah, Noah, Hoglah, Miklah, and Tirzah. They approached the entrance.
Numbers chapter 28. Daily offerings. The Lord said to Moses, "Give this command to the Israelites and say to them, 'See that you present to me at the appointed time the food for my offerings made by fire as an aroma pleasing to me.'"
Numbers chapter 29. Feast of Trumpets. On the first day of the 7th month hold a sacred assembly, and do no regular work. It is a day for you to sound the trumpets.
Numbers chapter 30. Vows. Moses said to the heads of the tribes of Israel, "This is what the Lord commands. When a man makes a vow to the Lord, or takes an oath to obligate himself by a pledge, he must not break his word, but must do everything he said."
Numbers chapter 31. Vengeance on the Midianites. Chapter 31. The Lord said to Moses, "Take vengeance on the Midianites for the Israelites. After that you will be gathered to your people."
Numbers chapter 32. The Transjordan tribes. The Reubenites and Gadites, who had very large herds and flocks, saw that the lands of Jazer and Gilead were suitable for livestock.
Numbers chapter 33. Stages in Israel's journey. Here are the stages in the journey of the Israelites when they came out of Egypt by divisions under the leadership of Moses and Aaron.
Numbers chapter 34. Boundaries of Canaan. The Lord said to Moses, "Command the Israelites and say to them, 'When you enter Canaan, the land that will be allotted to you as an inheritance will have these boundaries.'"
Numbers chapter 35. Towns for the Levites. On the plains of Moab, by the Jordan, across from Jericho, the Lord said to Moses, "Command the Israelites to give the Levites towns to live in from the inheritance the Israelites will possess, and give them pasture lands around the towns."
Numbers chapter 36. Inheritance of Zelophehad's daughters. Chapter 36. The family heads of the clan of Gilead, son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, who were from the clans of the descendants of Joseph, came and spoke before Moses and the leaders, the heads of the Israelite families.